Welcome to the Hardcore Casual Podcast with me, Aaron Swain, and my co-host, Joshua Fredette, where we talk about video games and other things. Please enjoy. Hello, Joshua.
No, hello. Hi.
What's up, man?
Nada. Just playing a game that I shouldn't be playing.
Playing a game you shouldn't be playing?
Yeah.
What game?
It's a game you've probably heard of and probably angers you dearly.
Oh, controversy already, sir?
Yeah.
What is this? What game?
It is Raid Shadow Legends.
Dude, I actually downloaded it
Did
on
you?
my phone because I was trying to go for a walk.
Yeah.
I was like, I need something to play, and I played like 5 seconds of it, and I'm like, I already don't want to play this.
Once you get past that stupid tutorial, it actually gets fun.
Yeah, I figured. I have such a hard time with mobile games. Like,
do you?
Yeah.
The reason I really enjoy it is because I can put it on auto. Once you get a team decent enough, you can put it on auto, and I can literally like run machines or drive my car and just play it, and it'll auto play, and I'll get my shit done for the day.
Yeah,
it's like really handy.
Yeah, that's what because the one mobile game I actually really liked was Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. I don't know if you ever played that.
No, I didn't.
But
I saw the commercial though.
You can build a deck, and then you can just auto duel people, and it would just play. And yeah, so
that's pretty much how I'm doing this. I've found a very great satisfaction in getting teams, and there's like so much to do and so many unique like boss battles that it's like I've found a lot of fun in it.
How's the ads and the microtransactions? Anything?
Zero ads, but there are microtransactions, and you can pay to win for sure, 100%. But it doesn't affect you really, as far as like going against other players, because you're in a rank and arena, which everybody sucks at first.
So there's PvP? Yeah,
there's arena, and you just play against other people's teams.
Okay.
And that's actually like super big part of the game, funny enough, but you can just keep doing it. And you can 100% play this game and be successful without paying $1. It's very, very, very possible.
Okay, so no ads though.
That's no, zero ads. That's my big thing. But the one thing that does suck is when you first log in, it pops up 2 to 3 messages of like every single day there's new deals. So you have to get through that every time you log in. So it's not an ad that you have to sit there and watch. You just got to exit out of like 3 things real quick.
Yeah.
And at first I was getting furious, but you get used to it.
The notifications too, like, can you turn those off? Like,
not really.
When they keep telling you, hey, come back and play. Like, hey.
Oh, I don't know about that. I haven't had that before.
Oh, really?
But I've been on it like a lot, so maybe it hasn't.
That's usually what happens. Like when I play a mobile game, I'll put it down for like a day. As even with Pokemon Go, it's like, well, come back and play Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Come back and do this. It was like, bro, please right
I
now.
know. I've had a couple games that I didn't touch for like months, and then eventually it was like, oh, hey, you haven't played this game in a while. And it's like, oh, hey, thanks for reminding me to uninstall
it. Exactly. That's what I was like, all right, Pokemon Go, you've woken me up for the last time. Fucking getting vibrations with a notification, and it's like, oh, what is that? Is it an email? Nope, it's just Pokemon Go telling me to go catch fucking go do a raid. And I'm like, no, I'm good, man.
But it's cool because what makes this game shine, in my opinion, is that you have a clan, and you can only have a max clan size of 30 people. You all work together to kill clan bosses, and it starts out with easy, and it goes to normal, hard, brutal, nightmare, then ultra nightmare. You need those people to kill them. I started my own clan, so I kind of started picking people up.
Okay.
You can't touch the next boss until you've killed the previous one. So we couldn't touch normal till we killed easy. We killed easy, now we're on normal. And every single day you can kill the boss because the health resets every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And if you kill the boss, and depending on how much damage you did to it, you get rewards. And if you kill it, you get double rewards. So you work as a team to just kill these bosses.
Is it easy to start a clan?
And is it easy I had to pay fucking in-game gyms, but yeah, it's easy to recruit and all that shit. Yeah.
Okay. This isn't a sponsor, by the way, because I know that people are like, you see sponsorships on YouTube videos and stuff for this all the time. So we just got into it. This is just the start. So
Yeah, this is it's funny too because every single person that I've told about this game, they've all seen a commercial for it.
oh yeah.
And their first thing was like, so if I get this game, do the commercials stop playing? I was like, no, unfortunately not.
Yeah, I mean, you can't stop the people from getting sponsorships from Raid, and also their marketing is crushing
Their
it.
marketing's nuts, and there's a reason why. Like now that I'm like into the game more, I see why this game is doing well.
Yeah.
It's actually fairly addicting once you get down to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be honest, I have put a very little amount of money into it. Sometimes they have very cheap sales, like things that are like $15 go down to $5.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other things that you're like, oh man, I really want that. How much does that cost? $70. And you're like, okay, never mind.
Holy Jesus.
Yeah, they got some fucking humongous expensive packs in this game. So you
Wow.
really, if you make a lot of money, you can blow it real easy. And if you don't make a lot of money, you can also not spend any money and still have a lot of fun.
Okay.
So I only buy sales, and there's only been a few that I'm like, yeah, I need that.
Is that all you've been able to play? I mean, I know you've been busy.
Yes, this is legit the only game I've been really able to play because it's on a phone. And when I come home, I talk to my girlfriend on the phone and I play it on my computer because it runs better.
Oh, you can get it. Can you get it on Steam or something?
It's its own. It has their own launcher for Plarium.
Okay.
And you just connect your accounts from your phone to the Plarium account to your computer.
Oh yeah.
It all transfers over.
Duel Links had that, and you could download it on Steam. And I tried to connect my account, and it just was like really funky about it.
Yeah.
So I couldn't play it on my computer. I didn't have all my stuff. So
I did attempt it at first, and what happened is I put my account in first on the computer and started the game up, and it read it as a new account. And then when I tried to link it to my phone, it was like, no, that there's already an account on this email. So I had to make a whole new email for my phone and then redo it on the computer for it to connect correctly. So it's very easy to fuck up. Like,
yeah,
I wasn't even trying. I was just playing it, and it was like, yeah, you fucked up. I was like, shit.
What? Anything else that you've been playing that you've been able to get your hands on? I know you played a little bit of Tarkov a lot.
Yeah, I played the crap out of it for a little bit, but it's pretty much on complete hold. I still watch a lot of videos on it because it is very fun. And
a lot of the
big streamers get into it now. And,
a lot of big streamers getting into it. It seems like it's probably the most popular it's ever been at this point.
Yeah, the last patch that hit was just phenomenal. And I'm actually very excited to see a lot of the streamers that are playing it, because there's some players that I was like, oh, they're gonna hate this game. And like Doc, dude, he loves it. And I could have swore he was gonna hate it.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, this isn't Call of Duty. That's what I was thinking he was gonna say. But he loves the crap out of it.
Yeah.
And
definitely slower paced thing, but
and it's funny, I don't want to sit here and say like, oh, if you're a Fortnite player, you're not gonna like it. But hell, Dr. Lupo, he's like one of the biggest fans of it. But he's been playing it before Fortnite even came out, so it's understandable. And he's very good at it.
Yeah, it's just a different style. I mean,
it is. It's much more intense. It'll get your heart going once you really get into it. And once you have a loadout that you don't want to lose and you start getting in a firefight, oh my god, your heart just starts stopping.
Yeah. So, it kind of reminds me, I mean, like it's completely different from the Hunt in style, but like the way it makes you feel is very similar.
Same thing, yep.
Like you don't want to lose your stuff. You've leveled up your hunter to a point where you're just like, okay, I don't want to lose this hunter either.
Exactly.
And
just like DayZ.
Yeah, exactly. The old DayZ. You don't want to lose your stuff. And that really adds a lot to the atmosphere of the game. And especially when you getting into gunfights is like super rare. Not super rare, but like rare enough to where when you do get into one, you're just freaking out. Like at least in the beginning stages of the game,
it's sheer panic. Even hardcore players have been playing forever still fucking lose their shit a little bit.
Yeah,
the game gets scary.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you even like Shroud will say it, dude. He's got like 11 million rubles in that game, which is a crap load. That is a shit ton.
Yeah.
Even he gets like scared at moments, and he takes it slow at moments, and he's like the king of freaking open breaching in your face.
Yeah, when we played it, the first match we played it was a nighttime. It was becoming nighttime. I'm like, what?
Yes.
It is so dark. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's no monsters in here, but it is terrifying. Like, the game is terrifying.
It really is. And that's what that round that we played together was actually kind of huge because it was your first game. It was getting dark, and we killed some guys with night vision so that you had your first night vision in your
we
first
literally
game.
just went in with like nothing.
Yeah,
or like you went in with like one gun, and I went in with a pistol and knife.
We basically adapted to the situation, and it just got better and better, and it was just great.
Yeah, it was a good run.
But it's definitely
I want to play more for sure.
Yeah, no, it's fun. If I ever find time, I know I got some more friends that always hit me up all the time to play, and I'm like, dude, I just can't.
Yeah.
So, the other thing I've been playing very little, and I want to play it so bad, is freaking Monster Hunter. I want to play that game so much more.
I was going to talk about that too, because I played a little bit too, doing some optional quests here and there, and then I streamed it, and I fought the Barioth monster for the first time, and I tried to solo it.
He's hard.
I tried to solo it. I mean, I did pop off an SOS.
Oh, did you?
A flare, but nobody responded to it. So I'm like sitting there trying to fight him on my own. I was just getting very, very frustrated.
He is actually, and this is all my friends that have played it have talked to me. They said, for whatever reason, Barioth is like the hardest thing for at least the next 10 fights.
Yeah, he was tough. Like, for some reason, it felt like he wasn't that bad, but when he hit you, he just chunked you. Like, he chunks you a lot, and he does a lot of debuff damage.
Yeah,
and he could just run over you and do damage. Like, it was just like it was tough, and it was pretty frustrating, and I kind of put the game down since then. But I do like want to turn it on and do optional stuff, because I don't know.
Yeah, I'm actually been working on the optional quests myself. I'm not very far into it, but I would like to do all the options.
They added a lot of optional quests. Like, they added like a whole couple. There's a lot.
Yes, there is.
As for the game itself, it hasn't changed. Like, the DLC is exactly what you would expect it to be. It's like literally the same game that you've been playing for the last year, but with more stuff. Like, it just has more stuff.
It just
like,
straight up has more stuff. Yeah.
A whole nother extra rank, which is cool. Like, going back and fighting the monsters we've been fighting at a higher rank is pretty fun. Like, I like doing that. I don't know if you've noticed, they've like adjusted their, what do you call it? They adjusted their some of their attacks, or some of their
master rank, which used to be G rank back in the day, gave every single monster new attacks.
Yeah, like the Titsyaku, which is the one that blinds you.
Yep. He does some bullshit.
Yeah, like he'll do the blind move like you would like normally used to, but then he'll stop and pause, and then take a step back, and then pause again, and then take another step to the other way, and then he'll try to blind you, and you're like, oh Jesus, he like completely moves.
He has another blind move that they added. I can't remember what it was. I don't know if it's just a jump back blind, like super quick. I can't remember what it is, but it'll catch you off guard very easily.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I'm like, did he do this before? Like, I was thinking to myself, he didn't do it like this. They changed it.
Oh no, it's completely different. Yeah. Did you fight some of the subspecies, like the Viper?
Yeah, Viper Toby and the Nightshade Palamo.
Yes,
Alamo.
Did you fight the iguana creature with the weird tail?
Like the weird face and the very nasty looking. Or what is it? Ice blight tail.
Yeah.
He did some ice bullshit.
He did some new shit. Now the new version, he does this move where he takes his tail and just sprays it all around him.
Literally the whole, the entire spot. Like, where am I supposed to go?
Yeah, you have to have a shield or you have to dodge it in perfect.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous move. That I was like, no, thank you. Let's not do that. But
they also did change a lot of the armor sets for the master ranks. I don't know if you've seen the differences or if you remember. The very first time you'll truly notice it is when you fight a master rank Otogaron. The Otogaron set, which is actually the set I was wearing when I played with you, is completely different. And it looks amazing.
Oh, like they changed the whole look and everything?
Yeah, the whole look. And then right after you do that, you fight a different Otogaron with an even cooler set. You're just like, oh, dude.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't. I'm not
I made
really
that
sure if I
whole.
found any.
I made the whole original set, and then immediately after that, fought the new one, and I was like, "Well, shit, there's a better one right there."
Mm.
But it's
Yeah,
okay. I mean, it is
I've
what it
made a
is.
few pieces here and there, and I'm glad that they kind of kept the same skills that you get like
Yes.
on those pieces, so you know, like, oh, okay, so this is the one that I'm gonna go after, like this particular monster, because it has that like weakness exploit on it. So
Yeah.
that's the one I'm gonna go for at master rank, stuff like that. So
Later on, you're going to learn that there is new ranks of each thing too. Certain gear sets and stuff will make
Mhm.
it so you can get mass. I think expert or whatever it is. The crit rate it goes up to like
Yeah,
7.
yeah.
There's gear sets and shit that make it lets you push it to like 10.
Wow.
Yeah, so they did that with a lot of different skills. So there's a lot of stuff that we still have not seen.
Yeah, I got a gem that had expert on it and something else. I was like, oh shit, nice
Oh,
gem.
a force slaughter.
Yeah, it was a really
Yeah,
good gem. I think it might have had two. It had an expert and then something else on it. I was
yeah.
like, oh, that's pretty dope. That's pretty sick.
Johnny was actually telling me that eventually those force slaughters do get really good. They give you like 2 really good skills,
Yeah,
but we're not quite there yet. So
yeah, yeah. Pretty. I mean, I'm taking my time with it. I feel like it's a good game to play because I've been in the mood to play games that are engaging, like combat wise, so I can actually have something to do, but like nothing that I have to like actually read or think about. Like,
yeah,
because
exactly.
I like listening to other stuff, like listening to other podcasts or watching other videos while I play games usually.
Yeah, yeah.
Which kind of gets me into the WoW topic. I think I'm done. I think I'm done with WoW. And which is, I think it was a long time coming, but I
Yeah.
I enjoy Classic. I think we both enjoyed Classic. We both leveled.
Um, Me and Max Sesswell actually talked about this. Our
Mm.
favorite games of 2019, we both agreed that first week of WoW Classic was probably our favorite game for 2019.
Oh yeah, dude.
That first week
Uh,
was just phenomenal, dude. Oh my
the
lord.
first, yeah, getting up to 60 was with you
So
guys
fun.
again was really fun.
So fun, dude. Loved
And
it.
if we had more time, we'd probably do more. But honestly, it's like at this point, especially since I stuck with it for so long, I got a 60 warrior, a 50 hunter, and a 56 rogue.
Mhm.
And I'm done. I think I'm just done. Like, I don't. I like the rating. Rating is fun, but like I'm not rating with anybody I give a shit about.
Right.
Like, I enjoy the people I was rating with, but it's like, do I really want to spend this much time doing old stuff? Do I really want to spend this much time ranking in the PvP system, which takes forever
Oh, I
to do
bet.
anything?
I bet.
And I was farming gold like crazy. Like I ended with like I bought everything I needed and have
Yeah.
1,000 gold. I'm like, I'm all right.
Um,
I'm chilling. And I'm
that
just
was
like, go
that
ahead.
was actually a big turnoff for me. Was
The
there was a
economy.
guild on the economy in our there was a guild in our server that was just 24/7 farming, and they were so big that you couldn't do anything about it. It was Smork.
Smork, yeah.
And I mean, dude, like all that time I put into it, I only found 1 Black Lotus, and I farmed. I fucking farmed my ass off, and I found
Mm-hmm.
1 Black Lotus. I enjoy the fact that things are that rare, but I didn't realize that it was not just the rarity, but the fact that there was that guild was 24/7, had about 7 to 8 people in each zone just running around
Yeah. They're
doing that shit. I was just like, Jesus.
I don't see them as much anymore. I
Right.
think they got toned down, but the place that I farm is there's so many people. There's just too many people. Like, because I farm in a Shara to farm rich thorium, and
Yeah.
it's just there's people that they queue up for Alterac Valley or wherever, and then they just fly up there and then they run around and farm rich thorium, and it's just like there's nothing else to do at that point,
Yeah.
like other than leveling. And it is what it is. And also everybody, I think I don't think people underestimated it, but I think people overlooked like the knowledge that everybody had in that game going
Mhm.
into it. Like
Yeah.
people were already from like day one affecting the economy and
yes, yeah, they were
price gouging stuff, and they're like, okay, this is the market I'm gonna ruin. This is the stuff we're gonna do, and they just everybody cleared MC super quick, and it just wasn't the same feeling as it was back then, where everything was such a mystery. And
I know that was the only flaw to the private servers. I think it would have been so cool if everybody went back into it having to remember what happened.
yeah, and there's just so much info online now.
Yeah, I mean
that. Yeah, so I stopped playing classic. I decided I'm done. I'm not gonna raid, and I'm not gonna honor grind. And I tried to go back into retail, and I can't. I just it's this new patch that they just came out with, which is the Nazoth patch 8.3.
Yeah.
It's so lackluster to me. It's just like they have such a big enemy in Nazoth that what they did gameplay wise is just the same rehash stuff, extra dailies, go kill rares, and then maybe you get once a day you can go in and do the actual challenging thing.
Yeah.
But it was just like I can't do this. Like it's
I
not
can see that. I can
it's
see
not
that,
fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
And I understand because I mean I lost my drive to do WoW for that reason. My big thing was, well, I was behind, so I can't talk too much. I was just so behind that I was just like, I don't know about this.
And even our friend Baby Jake, he's coming back, and he played, and I talked to him. And he's like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like,
yeah, exactly. That brings it to my point. New players have got to be so lost, dude.
Swamped, dude.
Dude, yeah. I mean, that's got to be absolutely ridiculous.
Because there is, to a new player, there is a lot to do in WoW. There's a lot.
Yeah.
But to get to the part that people are quote like to get to the part that matters, quote unquote, like the end game, it just like you just bypass it with money, and then you just kind of go through the grind, and the grind isn't fun. Like if the grind isn't rewarding.
Yeah, I understand that.
Like the grind in classic feels rewarding to me. But the grind in retail is just like, bro, I've been doing this for the last couple patches. You keep resetting everything each patch. It's like, what is the point? And like there is certain good stuff. Like I really do like the Mythic Plus because it is challenging, and when you get a good group together, it's fun. And I do like the visions that they did. Like they're called the Nazoth visions in this patch, and they're fun.
Okay.
But it's just not. It's not enough. It's not enough.
I feel you.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been looking for other stuff to play, and I feel like that's kind of. I was so like sad last week because I realized I'm done playing WoW. And like I don't know what else to do. I don't know other game to play.
Me and Max actually had the same issue. You know, he had a kid, so he by default had to quit playing. I got busy with work. We both talked about it. We're like, we want to come back, but we've heard so much bad about it with the PvP that it's kind of rough to want to come back.
Well, in classic now, I mean the patches. I mean they're coming up on BWL as when we're talking about it right now. The Blackwing Lair is coming out very soon, but AV and Warsong are out, which means the world PvP has calmed down, which is thank God, because it was miserable. It was. I mean, it was exciting, but it was also like. I literally cannot play I literally stopped playing my warrior and went to a PvE server and leveled the rogue. I took a rogue from 1 to 56 in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, shit.
And I have to say also, just a side note, if you're playing classic and you're kind of a solo player, rogue is the shit.
Rogue is so fun, dude.
Rogue is so much fun in classic. It's so much better than I cannot play the warrior anymore. Like the warriors, I get so mad. I'm like, I cannot play this warrior. The hunter is fun, but it also is a little boring. Like it's not. But the rogue, you feel it's so much more fun. But yeah, the world PvP is done. And all people are doing right now to rank up is Alterac Valley.
Oh, okay.
You just spam Alterac Valley, and when the rep grind was there, okay, I don't know because you haven't played yet, or you haven't played during Alterac Valley, but I'll explain it just to let you know how it's playing out. When it was launched, when everybody wanted to farm Alterac Valley reputation for the epics, games would last literally 7 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because they're using the 1.12 or 1.3 version of Alterac Valley, which is a little bit toned down from the very, very original. But basically, Alliance pre-mades would go in, rush past everything. They would take a paladin. A paladin would aggro all the war masters out of the room, and somebody would taunt Drek, and they would just kill Drek in 7 minutes.
Oh God, really? And fucking Horde couldn't do that.
Horde, Horde doesn't have a paladin, but there are ways actually to there's an NPC in the Alliance base called the Prospector something, and you take her down to a certain amount of health to where she runs away. She'll run away and she'll aggro Van, and then you can solo pull Van and kill Van that way. But that's so rare because people accidentally kill the Prospector all the time. The Horde don't rush up. The Horde tend to slow play it because that's pretty much the only way that you can win. Is to slow play it and take all the bunkers, which is what I enjoy. Like if you enjoy that slow play on the Horde side, because the Horde side purposely, like, they have to slow play it.
Yeah.
They have to get all the bunkers. You have to turtle and wipe them at Drek.
Okay, I got you.
I've seen the boss summons like 2 or 3 times. But they're way too slow. They're way too slow to get going, so nobody does them really.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
I mean, it is still old Alterac Valley. It's just I don't think I've seen. I think the longest game I played was 45 minutes.
Oh God.
Yeah, and I
Back
remember
in the day when Classic came out, the games would go like 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah. So I mean, it is fun for a little while, but if that's all you're grinding right now for Honor, it's just I feel bad. I feel bad for you if you're going for that rank. That's not happening. But anyway,
sounds miserable.
Yeah, so that's where it's at currently, and that is where I'm currently stopping my run World of Warcraft. So
I got you.
I want to do BWL because I never did it in Classic, but at the same time, I'm like, I need to get out, do something, play some other stuff. I think I'm kind of done with Blizzard right now. I don't know if you've heard like all the stuff that's been going on.
A little bit, not
with
fully.
Blizzard, like people leaving and people getting fired and just like all the behind the scenes stuff, like Activision, just a lot of drama going on with them, and I just feel like they got too much to work with right now, like that they can't really make quality stuff. Like I don't really know. I mean,
it's possible. I don't know, but it's been happening for a while now, and it's hard to say if it's really Activision's fault or what it is.
And because it seems like they, from a game design perspective, if you're just looking at the surface, like Shadowlands, they're bringing older stuff back. In Diablo 4, they're going back to an older way of Diablo. So I'm not really sure if they're trying to bring back like old style, like go back to their roots, or if they're just doing that for like, you know, a advertising ploy.
Got you.
Are you interested in Diablo 4 at all? I haven't seen any trailers, but my brother is like pretty hype about it. So
I have not watched any trailers of actual gameplay, but I've been told that it is going back to Diablo 2 days.
Yeah,
and based on that trailer completely turned around my like image of Diablo 3, because I did not like a Diablo 3. I just didn't like it. If they go back to Diablo 2 and they keep it dark like that and keep it like really exciting, not just a super not too much of a farm fest. It's gonna be a farm fest no matter what. You're gonna be farming
Yeah,
shit.
it's just kind of inherently.
Yeah, that's what the game is, and I understand that. But they got to do something more. Because I mean, if you compare like Diablo 3 to Path of Exile is destroying them.
I was literally about to say that because that is one of the games that I am going to, instead of playing World of Warcraft right now. I was looking at the games. I was like, do I play Diablo or do I play Path of Exile? And I'm like, I'm going to try Path of Exile. And that's what I'm trying right now.
Path of Exile, from what I know, I mean, you've seen the talent, the tree, the
oh yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's the biggest tree in the world.
I showed my brother and he's like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, yeah, I don't know, honestly.
Yeah, that's how that game is. And that game, I've watched like Co-Carnage and some other people play it every single time because it resets and you have to like start over with a whole new patch or something like that. I'm not really sure how it works exactly, but every single time I watch him play it, he's like, I'm gonna be a dual wielding mace tank mage, and I'm just like,
what?
Fucking what? Like, and every single time he has like some crazy new build that somebody brings up. He's like, I'm gonna be a dual shield fucking summoner or some shit. I'm just like, what in the hell? And I'm like, there's like a million ways to play that game, and I think every single build does work. Obviously, there's better builds than others, but the game has been incredibly successful, so it's doing something right.
I'm still like dipping my toes in it. I'm like literally just like level 5 at the first area, but I'm already getting. There's definitely old school Diablo vibes, but another game that it gives me the vibe of because of the art style is Champions of Norath.
Oh yeah, see, that's dope.
Yeah, I just, for some reason, I started playing it and started fighting the enemies, and I'm like, I'm getting so much Champions of Norath vibes from this, and I don't even know what it is because it's mostly Diablo. Like the way it's presented is very, very much Diablo.
Yeah.
Like all the game systems and even like the special enemies and stuff, but like the art style is so much like, it's like really dirty and kind of gritty. Right. And I'm like, I legit was like talking to Austin about Champions, where he's like, dude, I remember that game. I'm like, I totally forgot that Champions of Norath was a roguelike game.
Yeah, it was.
I forgot that when you died, you had to start over.
Yeah, you start
over. That shit
and
was sick as hell. And I looked it up.
The map was always different too.
Yeah, that's true. The layout was different. Yeah, that's crazy.
It was like one of the first true roguelike games. Definitely not the first. There was other ones that like nobody ever fucking heard of.
Yeah,
but it was one of the first ones that I'd ever played for sure.
It was definitely that. It was definitely a roguelike before the term roguelike even was like popular.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like I didn't hear the term roguelike until that game that was called like Rogue something.
Yeah, Rogue Legacy.
Rogue Legacy, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the game that gave the term.
Yeah, that's what popularized it for sure. But I looked up Champions of Norath on Steam, and sadly, it's not there. I don't know where to find it, but man, that game, for some reason, that game is still one of the best games we ever played together.
It was so good. I don't even know why. I never even beat it. No. And it was just so fun.
Because it did have that hardcore element. Like you die, you have to start over. But it also had local LAN, which was really fun to do together.
It did.
The systems, like it kept you together. The sharing and trading was like pretty.
It was simple.
Yeah, it was simple and engaging. Like everything was just engaging, and you had to just keep going and pushing forward. And it felt good to get to a certain point where like, oh shit, we never, like, I think the farthest I remember getting was like a cloud level. We got to some like island, and then it was like a cloud level. And I'm like,
I don't recall that. The last thing that I remember, and we always had a hard time, was like we were inside of a giant anthill.
Yep, the anthill. Anthill.
I don't remember what was after that. That's the furthest I
think it was like the fire area or lava area.
I don't remember.
You ever got that far?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. God, I want to find that game so bad now.
I know. It was a good ass game. If anybody is looking for, if anybody can find it, Champions of Norath. There's a couple different versions of it, I think, or different
is there? Well, we're
'Cause I
looking for the
remember-
PS2 version.
Yeah, didn't you wasn't there a sequel to it?
I bet there was. I never played it though. Champions of North was my only
Champions
game.
of Norath PS2. That's the one you're looking for kids. GameStop gave it a 1 out of 5. What? But IGN gave it a 9 out of 10. That's how you know. Good job,
That's how
IGN.
you know, brother.
Somebody at GameStop was not happy. That game was dope.
It's freaking funny.
2004.
PS2 gameplay at 1080p. This
Yeah.
is wow. This was posted like 3 years ago. That's not even that bad.
Developer Snowblind Studios.
Mm.
Who did Lord of the Rings? Oh no, not that one. Lord of the Rings games.
There's the freaking cover. I remember that cover.
Yep. Yeah. If you guys are interested, check that out. I don't know if it's available.
Version for PC. Let's see here.
You might be able to get a emulator of it. Wink, wink. Don't quote me on that.
This game is presently accessible for Microsoft Windows on GamesNet.
What?
I've never even heard of that.
Anyway, but yeah, that Path of Exile reminds me a little bit of Champions of Norath, just a bit.
Mm-hmm. The thing about Champions 2 is that what I didn't really like about, and the thing that kind of turns me off from Path of Exile, I don't like killing shit and then just like 30 items poop out of their body. I don't know why that bothers me.
Oh yeah, it does that. Path of Exile does that for sure.
It drives me nuts, and I don't know what it is. I don't know how people crap. I really don't.
Yeah, because to me it's like, oh, I killed a rare, and now I have like my inventory's full, and I have to go back to base and sell everything.
Yeah,
your inventory gets full so fast in Path of Exile. That's why I'm just like, that's something I don't really like, but also I guess I just got to get used to like just leaving stuff on the ground.
You got to learn like what is good to take and what's not good to take. I think that's the big point of those games. But my problem, like with Diablo 3, is for whatever reason, the game for me just wasn't that fun. And I used to tell people I don't like those kind of games, but there was another game that I played, and gosh, I do not remember the name of it. It was the same style. It was just like same style, but it was freaking like a humongous world.
Open
and you
world?
just like, yes, and you like start in a corner. You could like get mounts and shit. Like it was crazy. And it was so fun. And I played it with I actually played it with Erica a long back time, and we put hours into that game. And you could play with people, and it had like cities posted all over the world, and like it was just super fun.
Yeah.
I'd have to like, walk over to my games pile and find it. It's over there somewhere.
Because I remember, because Diablo 3 has been out for a long time now, so it's changed a lot since we tried to play it. Because we tried to play it when it first came out. Yeah, and I got to level 60 because I tried to get everybody else to play, and I'm like, let's play, and then everybody kind of fell off. I got to 60, and I'm like, all right, I'm done. And then they keep coming out with seasons, and I think a big part of it too is the money, like the gold was a problem, and then it just wasn't like replaying the game over and over again, like the story mode over and over again was not something that was enjoyable to me.
Right.
And I know they've changed that as well. Like you can go in and do like rifts or adventure mode or whatever the different modes are. But something that Path of Exile does, and I like this is right away. Like I noticed this right away. The first thing I bought, they don't use currency. They don't have money. They don't have gold.
Oh, they don't.
They have the items that you use to buy armor is like the scrolls of wisdom that you need to use to identify stuff, or like the orbs of alteration, which all of this stuff, it has their uses and their useful items. So you have to debate, like, do I want to save this item so I can go out and have it, or do I want this piece of armor to trade? So it's like there's no gold that you're just hoarding and stocking up on. There's like a trade. There's a kind of a barter system to it, which I'm kind of like that.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all dependent for everybody. It depends on what you want.
Yeah, I don't. How far did you? How far in Path of Exile did you get?
I didn't even play it really at all.
Yeah. See, I tried it for like a second. I'm like, I don't know if about this, and then I went back to it this week, and I'm like, you know what? I think I could probably get into this. So I'm gonna see. I'm gonna give it a few more tries and get a little bit deeper, and I'll let you know if it's worth. Like, I mean, it's free to play, so that's another thing. It's free to play.
Max plays the crap out of it too, and he tells me about it all the time.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where right now I can't even think about playing anything, which sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
Trying to look from this game that I was talking about. It's honestly was like so good, and they came with one after it, and it was they got rid of the open world and they went to linear. It wasn't the same. Everybody was all mad. They was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
There's actually another humongous game that's coming out that's just like that. God, if I could remember the name of it. And it's starting out in Korea, so we might not see it for a while. But it's an MMO, whatever that style game is.
MMO top down looter, dungeon looter kind of thing, dungeon crawler looter.
Yeah, there you go. Sure.
I don't know, something like that.
But there's a big one coming out, and if I find the name, I'll get to you on that one. I know Eric's Gaming. I don't know if you heard of him. He covers it occasionally, but I don't know if it got released yet. We'll find out. Champions of North. I might look into trying to get this on PC.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick. Because there's like a online capability, that'd be sick too.
That'd be super sick, dude. Because it wasn't like the game wasn't too complicated, but there was a lot to do still.
Yeah, it was, for some reason that one just clicked.
It did. I don't know why. It really clicked.
I don't know why either.
Old games, it's funny because I used to think like maybe it's just because a little kid or something. I liked those games more. Nah, dude. If I go back to old games, I love the crap out of them still for whatever reason. And one thing I'm going to start playing very soon here, because I didn't realize it was so damn good, and everybody keeps telling me about it. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this. Is KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay.
Coco started playing the first one. Yeah, no, it's not no. But
the RPG.
It's an RPG, yeah.
Oh, people love that game.
I know, and
I never played it.
I watched Co play it. Dude, for how old that game is, that is probably the most in-depth game I've seen for its time, by far.
Yeah.
I was so surprised and impressed. I was like, dude, I might play this game. I was told that the game to this day is still very good, and the story is still one of the best stories you'll ever for any.
Yeah.
As far as like a surprise factor. Like the ending of BioShock Infinite, where you're just like, what?
What? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that apparently.
I wanted to ask about, because it's all over the place, and you're a Pokemon person.
What's up?
Is TemTem. You heard of this?
I heard of it. I have not looked at it at all. I will look at it right this second, though.
Yeah,
apparently it exploded.
It's on Steam. Early access for $40, which is a little steep, I think, for an early access game. But it is basically a Pokemon.
It's just TemTem?
It's called TemTem, yes. It's basically a Pokemon ripoff. Right. But it actually looks good. Like, and I think if they do it right, it actually looks like it's on Switch, PS4, and Xbox as well. At least from what this picture says.
So it's not just Steam then.
Yeah, but that just went into early access like a few days ago. I don't even know how Nintendo is letting them do this, because it's like a complete and like
they probably can't fight it because
it's different enough.
It's different enough, and good luck on Nintendo taking something down that's already this popular. I'm gonna be honest, just from the trailer, these creatures look way cooler than all of the new Pokemon come out these days.
Yeah, the designs are good. I mean,
people including myself, dude, despise some of the new Pokemon that came out. There was like 5 or 6 really cute ones at first, and then everything after that was like, what the fuck is that?
Are we talking Sword and Shield?
Yes.
Not happy about it, huh?
It was 3 starters that you can start with all turn into just yeah.
See, that's what I'm wondering if I mean, I'm sure my brother will listen to this, but I was going to buy him Pokemon for his birthday, but should I buy him TemTem instead?
Well, so this is an MMO Pokemon, basically?
Yeah, so you can meet other people in the game and talk to them, and there's battling and trading, like everything that you want in a Pokemon game is in this game.
So instead of Pokemon, they're called Temtems.
Yeah, and you don't have Pokeballs, you use like cards or like stuck in like these hollow cards or whatever.
Okay.
It's and they're the
That's
battles.
a good call on their part to not make it a sphere shaped thing.
Yeah, the battle system is double two. It's a team like 2-on-2.
2-on-2, okay.
So you choose 2 of yours to go up against 2 of theirs. So there's like a synergy system with the. It's so hard to call them Tems though. Like, do I just say Tems or do I say Temtems?
Temtems, yeah. Because right now it says becoming a Temtem tamer.
I gotta be a Temtem tamer.
Not even a Temtem trainer, because that would probably be copyrighted.
Oh yeah,
right
you can't be a trainer.
No,
it's gotta be cannot be a trainer. What do you think this is?
They probably thought that ahead. Wow, that's $35. You weren't kidding.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's on sale right now on Steam for like $5 off.
I'm looking at it though, like the cities and stuff that you go in and the way you can. It honestly looks pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, for what they have so far, it looks good. Like I would totally play it. Like I would have given it a shot by now if it wasn't $40 already.
Yeah.
I don't want to put $40 into a early access game. Once it's finished, then maybe, but I don't if it was like $10, maybe even $20, I might give it a shot, but I don't know. It's still a little steep for me, but for people who enjoy it, I really want to give it a shot just to like talk about it more. But
and this is good that we talk about this too, because you're a little bit pickier with what you spend money on, and I'm the kind of guy that will buy anything and instantly regret it. And I don't learn my lesson because I'm like, maybe it'll be good, dude.
Maybe it'll be good.
Because there are some games that people are just like, oh, this game's terrible, and I fucking loved, dude. And it's because they didn't give it a chance. I mean, there was an RPG that came out last year at the beginning of the year that even Kotaku, they wrote a review on it. They were like, this game's terrible, but for some reason I can't stop playing it. And I was like, that's what I feel.
Which game was it?
Gosh, let me look at my Steam library. It was like it was one of those. There's a company that always makes RPGs, and for whatever reason, it's the same guys that made Technomancer, I believe.
Okay.
And it's very open. As you can get, there's always like relationships, and there's like reputations with people and reputations with factions. And for whatever reason, every time they make a game, they make their combat very dull.
Oh.
I have no idea why. If they made their combat good, their games would just thrive like you would not believe. But they just don't do it. Let's see here. I'm trying to find it right now.
Yeah. I'm looking at the Temtem's types and type effectiveness. There's quite a few types.
Is it like grass and water and all that? Or
there's fire, nature, water, electric, mental, earth, wind, crystal, digital, melee, and toxic.
What the heck?
And there's a bunch of different weaknesses and strengths to all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a nice little variation there. There's a neutral type as well.
Normal, yeah, okay. I mean, it sounds like they put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah, it looks well designed. I mean, I can't argue that. Like just from looking at it, it looks well designed, but there's a Temdex, dude. Wait, is that real? Or is that Photoshop?
They had to have changed it to something else, right?
There can't be a Temdex.
Like this, I feel like that's pushing it.
You're pushing it, TemTem. You're pushing it.
I'm curious to know if that's what it is, though. Oh god,
I'm just looking through the images, so.
Ooh, I did not find it. I just did a quick
little search
scan, and I'm not seeing it. Let me do a quick at the top again because I kind of may have missed it. Well, I can't find it anyways. But it was a game like that. You know what game I did play that was super fun, dude? It's completely different from what we're talking about right now. I played that raft game with Richie Rich and Morty. That game is fucking amazing.
The raft game.
It's just called Raft.
Is that the one where you're building your raft and surviving out in the ocean?
Yes, and there's a shark that's always circling.
Yeah, the shark. Yeah, okay.
You eventually get used to the shark, and it's not scary at all.
Right.
Because he's very basic AI.
Mm-hmm.
But that game in like a year is going to be insane, honestly.
I'll say I think I remember seeing it like a year ago. Have they added to it? Can you co-op?
Yeah, it's all co-op.
Oh, cool.
Very easily too, and you could like make it private. So it's just like there's islands, and now there's big islands. They just recently added a very big island with like a building in it and stuff. But the problem is they hadn't added a lot of content to it yet.
Yeah, because I remember it blew up on YouTube about a year ago.
Right.
And I watched some gameplay of it then, and it looked pretty good, like pretty standard survival stuff, but like in a different, interesting way. Like being out in the ocean is pretty scary for a lot of people, including myself. I'm like, fuck this.
Right.
But yeah, it's still going. Is it still? I'm guessing it's still early access.
Yeah, it's still. I believe it's still early access. I know that they're still working on it for sure.
Speaking of early access games, again, there's so many early access games. It's nuts.
Yeah.
But have you heard of Hades?
Oh yeah, I did a while back. I never. It's been out, hasn't it? Like the early access of it or something like that.
Yeah, I picked it up because I saw it on Twitch, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna give it a shot. It's not very popular right now, but I'm surprised at how much I actually enjoy it because it is a roguelike.
Yeah.
But it's a top-down roguelike, but the art style is very cool. I really like the art style. It's not a pixel art like all the other. There's so many pixel art roguelike games.
It's made like a big by big. It's like made by a big company like Bethesda or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Hades?
I remember Hades. Let me check it out.
Yeah. Let's double check. Oh, Super Giant Games.
Super Giant Games. That's who it was. Because I remember seeing it at E3. I was like. It was like one of the big things. They were like, oh, this is going to be coming out soon for early access. You can try it out like tonight.
And as people don't know about Super Giant, they made Bastion and Transistor, which were very, very popular games.
Incredibly popular.
Yeah. And Hades is in development and is in early access for probably I think about $20. And I gave it a shot, and it's really good. The art style is awesome.
Right.
Their take on Greek mythology is really cool. I really like their arts. The like seeing, because the last time I've seen like for me Greek gods in video games or any sort of like art depiction is in God of War.
Yeah.
So seeing like a different take on the gods is really cool.
I can see that.
The combat is really simple, but it makes sense. Like everything makes sense. There's a lot of upgrades. There's a lot of things to do. And at first I was like, oh man, is this all the game is right now? Like at first, and then you put some more time into it and it just keeps going. There's just more. There's more and more and more.
Oh,
it keeps going up. Austin's playing it a lot right now and he's really enjoying it. And he's gotten into more stuff than I have, and he's like, it just keeps going. There's more stuff, and I'm like, okay, cool. So yeah, if you're into that, like Hades is definitely a worth looking into for sure.
I would like to look into that for sure. It looked fun.
I wasn't a big fan of the guy you play as, to be honest.
The main
His
character?
name is the main guy. His name is Zagreus.
The hell?
Who's Hades' son. Which I don't know if that's real or not, or like a real part of the mythology, but everybody calls him Zag, and he's just kind of like, he's supposed to be like kind of sassy and charming, but he's just kind of dull to me. I don't know. I don't really like, you kind of get used to him and you're like, okay, it's just Zag, but at the same time, I don't really like him that much. But other than that, I really like the game. Which another thing that's cool, which is I don't know if roguelikes have been kind of expanding out with what they do, but
severely.
Yeah. This one you get an item and there's a lot of dialogue. There's a lot of what surprised me is there's a lot of voice acting in the game.
Mhm.
Like there's a
Okay.
lot of dialogue. There's no just one NPC. You just there's no one NPC lines, like every time you come back to the base, each of the people that you can talk to has something different to say.
That's cool.
Every single time. I've come back to the base at least over 10 times, and every time 10 to 15. I've played it like 10 hours now.
Mhm.
And every time is somebody different. It's something different. Every time you talk to a god, it's something different. Like that's really cool and keeps it engaging. And you can also have there's like a reputation status or relationship status with these people.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, like you give them gifts and then they give you stuff too, and the more you give them stuff, the more dialogue they give you, and the more like your connection grows with them, and you can get more stuff later on, I think.
So everybody and their mother just feeds Aphrodite gifts. I'm assuming.
Yeah, probably you could do that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And she's definitely completely naked in the game. But I mean, you don't see anything, but she's definitely completely naked.
I mean, yeah, that's Aphrodite for sure.
It's fun too. Like there's something that really caught me off guard. You choose different gods upgrades, like they're called boons.
Mhm.
You get upgrades while you go on your runs. And then if you choose to because you choose to get to which door you want to go through, and it tells you this is the reward that you're going to get for this room.
Right.
And if you see two boons like Ares and Aphrodite, you're like, oh, maybe I'll get both of them. But what happens is you choose one and the other one gets pissed that you didn't choose that you didn't choose them.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you motherfucker. And then they unleash their fucking godly powers on you. And you have to like survive. And then once you survive and they're like, oh, you did all right, I forgive you, and they'll give you your boon. And they're
What
like,
the fuck?
okay, bro. And I did it to Aphrodite, and she was pissed. But I survived her thing. She's like, oh, it's okay, we're okay. I'm like, oh man, this bitch crazy. And then I did it to Ares, and Ares fucked me up hard. Like his gauntlet really fucked me up, and I'm like, damn, Ares, what the hell? Like,
Ares, he is the god of war.
I really tried to avoid those double ones, but yeah, Hades is fun. I suggest it to anybody who's into that kind of style.
I'm actually interested. Yeah, I would like to do it. I also found the game I was looking for. It is called Elex.
Elex? I've never heard of this before.
ELEX. And there's so many different damn ways to play the game that it's just like.
It's a PS4 game?
I believe you could get it for PS4. I played it on Steam.
PS4, Xbox One.
And it was fucking not forgiving, dude. It is a hard game.
I have never even heard of this game.
Yeah, it's an RPG.
Is it worth getting?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
This is the one of the games where you're like, everybody hated it, but you loved it?
It's one of those games, yes, but there was also like other reports where people like were like, dude, I don't know why. I want to see what happens. I don't like the game that much, but I want to see what happens. And I had the same feeling. And I remember Co Carnage playing it, and he's all, dude, this game is like weird, like in a weird limbo of like good and bad. And it really is. It's so weird because like there's actually like reputations shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to choose one faction, and then the other two factions hate you.
Really? For like the rest of the game?
Yes. And you like go to war with them and shit.
Oh.
And I thought that was so fucking cool. And then it was very obvious like what faction I want. I was like, yeah, I want the fucking, because it's in a weird time zone where there's like people fight with swords and shields and bows and shit. But then you go to another faction and they have fucking guns and robot mechs and shit. And it's like,
oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But like the guys that use sword and shields, they have like magic and shit like that. So it's
I'll read this description on Steam.
All right.
It's a handcrafted action role-playing experience from the award-winning creators of the Gothic series, set in a brand new post-apocalyptic science fantasy universe.
God,
Does that sound about right?
that sounds perfectly right. Yeah.
Okay. Brand new post-apocalyptic.
Yeah. It's different.
I didn't even know you bought this game. I never even heard of this game.
It's yeah, I mean I bought it when it first came out.
That's
But
wild.
But it's just the combat can be very dull. It's not like you get a bunch of different. You basically just get abilities, and you don't like learn them through a skill tree. You like have to train through a clan, and they'll teach it to you eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And you honestly start out as like a piece of garbage, dude. Like you just, and I think that's what drew me to the game. I love games where you start out and you just know you're weak, dude. You just know that you can't fight half the shit in the world. And there's actually like it's in an open world, and actually areas that have like bosses, and you'll see it, and you're like, I need to come back to this in like 20 hours. So
Yeah.
I love that. I love games that do that, that have this feeling of like, oh man, I want to come back to this so bad. So it's like that. But yeah.
There is a piece of news here. I don't know if you know about this, but Cyberpunk is being delayed
Severely.
Yeah, so its original release date is supposed to be in April, and now it's going to possibly be in September. I mean, now that we know that they're delaying it, they could delay it as long as they want, I guess.
Yep.
And in my opinion, I think we both agree on this, is that delay it as long as you need. Make it good. Make it as good as you possibly can make it. We can be patient.
Yep, I agree. There was a lot of people that were angry, but that's just the general population being angry for no reason. Their main thing was they said that they need 7 months to polish the game more.
Yeah, that's what
and they were like 7 months. Everybody's like, what the fuck? Why 7 months? I was like, bro, this game has been in development for like 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and give them 7 more months to like make it just titties.
Yeah, just polish it up, man.
We've already been waiting. It's not a big deal.
I was talking about this with a coworker. I'm like, dude, this game looks like the most ambitious game that I've seen in such a long time.
It really does, though.
Like, if you look at this, it's like, what are they? I'm like, there's no way that they're gonna have this ready. There is no way with how much stuff that they're talking about putting into it.
Yeah, it's
holy moly.
It's
man.
Impressive, I'll be honest.
It's exciting, and like people get excited for it and they want it right now, but it's just you gotta just let it chill. Wait. Something I did learn about Cyberpunk is I didn't know this, maybe you did, I have no idea, but it's based off a tabletop game.
I didn't know that, actually. No, I had no idea.
It's based off an RPG, like Dungeons and Dragons style game called Cyberpunk, but it's based off it's a RPG where you play in a world like this, and you get to play as a cyborg, or like
no kidding.
Like all the game systems are like based off of it. Like the stats in the game are based off the Cyberpunk stats that you get in the book. I mean, if you guys want to check it out, there's a video called from Polygon that went into it. And I was like, wow, that was a really good video. That was really good information. I had no idea, but it looks like it's a pretty old tabletop game, and they're like taking references like right from it. So like right from the story of it. So that's really cool.
That is really cool. Huh. I had no idea.
But yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I'm pretty excited to play this. I never beat Witcher, but I played a decent amount to know that this is probably in good hands.
Mm-hmm. The thing, what makes me excited is that the Project CD Red, or CD, whatever that is, CD or whatever,
yeah,
they do phenomenal jobs with storytelling and just the like feeling really into your atmosphere of the game.
Yeah,
my problem with The Witcher was the combat just died on me hard.
Combat was a little jank.
It was like like the jank I can get used to. The fact that it was like the same thing forever, it really didn't change much. I really loved the like using different things for different monsters and all that.
There was definitely like a depth to the combat that just wasn't really necessary.
To an extent, you're right.
They added a lot of stuff like potions and oils and bombs and all this kind of stuff that like maybe at the harder levels comes in handy.
No, at the harder levels you had to use them.
Yeah,
that was like a must.
Like on a normal level, you just chop stuff up. Like you don't have to do any like a lot of that stuff.
Oh yeah, no. On hard, you like absolutely 100% needed the things that like make it so you can do more damage to them and not take as much damage from them.
Right.
And what made that game hard is that you don't start out with all the potion recipes. You got to find that shit.
Yeah, that's what I really liked about that too.
Yeah,
like I really liked having to find all that stuff.
I do too. Now here's my point about all this. Cyberpunk is a first-person shooter. I have never gotten bored shooting people in the face.
Yeah.
So, and then it has like abilities the same way Deus Ex has.
Right.
So I'm excited. I'm very excited.
It's hard to fuck up a first-person shooter. I mean, unless you're like, I don't know, some sort of. I mean, Bethesda's games are pretty jank, but I think they're like purposefully jank at this point.
Yeah, to an extent they are. It's you just kind of get used to it, I guess.
But I don't think it would be that hard to. I mean, it looks pretty smooth from what we can tell, but I mean, obviously they're going to show off some smooth shit. In their demonstrations.
Yeah, they will. And I don't. From what you can tell, it's like they're actually like walking through cities and shit, and like there's just people everywhere.
Yeah, that is why I'm like, dude, this looks really because like if you can engage with all these like all the stuff that they were showing off that you can engage with, like it's like really, like are you really trying to do this? This is a lot, dude. Like this is a lot to go for.
That's why I get worried about certain little things. I remember when games try to take on too much, it was just like impossible, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna do it. For instance, No Man's Sky. Now, I feel like, I know I'm not the only one, but I felt like I was the only one that was like, there's no way this game's gonna work the way that they're saying it's gonna work.
Yeah.
How there's gonna be this humongous universe and everybody's gonna be on one big ass server? There's no damn way.
There's no way, dude. Yeah, it's ambitious. It's ambitious, but they have I think they showing off that they could do it with The Witcher. Like Witcher 3 was so big and like so detailed.
It really was though. Yeah.
It may have not have been like as big of a sprawling like NPC style as what they're going for with this game. But like the amount of detail in the game was it's just insane. Like it's honestly like always every time I go into it, I'm like,
in really? The Witcher, did you ever go to the very first like city? Did you ever?
Sorry, you're cutting out there.
In The Witcher 3, did you ever get to like the very first like really big city?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
There's actually like a pretty good number of like NPCs just like walking around.
Yeah.
For that game. Now, what I saw on Cyberpunk, it was like triple that.
Yeah. I don't. From what I understand, like in Cyberpunk, can't you get like information like on everybody or like engage or talk to people?
I'm not sure about that. I haven't looked too deep into it. I want that game to be a surprise for me.
Yeah, I mean, just from the like first one or two trailers, it was like a year or two ago.
Yeah,
I don't know. Keanu Reeves is in it, so
yeah, that's exciting.
Instant buy, right? All right, before we end, I wanted to show you one more game that I don't know if you've heard about, called GTFO.
Oh my god, yes.
Have you heard of this?
Yes, I have. It actually looks good. It looks fucking terrifying though.
I'm pretty down to give it a shot. Once again, it's kind of expensive. It's like $40. But if we had time to play it, I am totally down to give it a shot. I know
Rich and Morty would love to also play that. We've all talked about it.
If anybody's wondering what it is, it's a four-player co-op horror game, horror survival, first person. I'm not even sure what the objective is of the game. I think it's to get in, get something,
to get the fuck out. It's to get the fuck out, yeah.
It's to get the fuck out. I mean, it's the name of the game.
Yeah. I actually saw a video of one of the guys. It was like the first guys to ever beat the hard difficulty on one of the maps. And at the time when I watched that was like the only map that they had. So
can you play it solo, or is it 4-player every time, always?
I don't know actually. From what I saw, you sure as hell don't want to go solo.
Yeah.
From what I saw, and they made it to where it's like you need people.
Yeah, it looked like you can only go 4-player, but maybe you can do it solo. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I want to do it, but I also I don't know. I like learning the game at my own pace, and sometimes you get pushed to do other stuff with other people.
Absolutely.
So I don't know, but it looks really cool, and I think it's getting a lot of traction right now because I haven't heard of it. I heard of it a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's been out in early access for a little while.
It hasn't been super long. It's only been like a few months, I believe.
Yeah.
But we did hear about it, and what I saw is that it was released with one map, and they were releasing more maps pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know if that happened or not. But from what I did see, the game's very interesting. There's lots of you start with very little in there. You don't start with like a bunch of big ass guns or anything.
Yeah.
And you have to find everything, and everything is randomly generated. So sometimes you'll get a run where you just get garbage for a while, and you're just like, oh god, this sucks.
Okay, so it is kind of roguelike in a way, or like you're just trying to get in, get out, or you're pushed into it, get out with what you can, and
there is actually a stealth factor to the game, and there's lots of items that allow you to go into different rooms, and there's also different items that let you seal doors behind you, so nothing. Because at certain points in the game, you have to open up a door, and like waves of enemies come at you.
Okay.
So you can like set up turrets, and you can like seal doors, like weld them back together. But you only
from
can
what
do like so much.
From what the trailers showed, it was like they were doing their mission, and they were sneaking by these guys, and something went wrong or something exploded, and then just shit went to hell after that.
Yeah.
So you could probably do from what it seems like, it looks like you can do a whole mission without even aggroing or like getting into any confrontation.
I don't know if that's true. I think you still have
to fight your way out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure every map you're gonna have to at least fight something.
I guess the strategy is to get geared up as much as possible without aggroing anything, and then
well, what happens is there's these enemies that like I don't know how they work. It's the stealth factor is super weird. They breathe, and when they glow, you have to stop moving.
Oh, okay.
And once they not stop glowing, because they're just like curled up into a ball, then you get closer to them. And at the same, what this one team I was watching was doing is at the same time they go 3, 2, 1, and they all do a charged melee attack and kill them at the same time. it wouldn't activate other enemies like on the other side of the room, and they would clear a room like that without having to use ammo and shit.
Oh wow!
Because I guess it was like that hard. So I was like, oh, this looks fucking sick.
Wow!
But they all have to like move perfectly. You all have to like if one person gets caught, they all
what?
They all wake up. Like if one person gets seen by an enemy, all the other enemies wake up. There were some rooms that were like super foggy with the enemies in it. And if you don't find a fog collector to like throw on the ground and suck all the fog away, you can't see shit in that room. I was just like, dude, this game's pretty nuts.
Yeah, I'm interested. We'll get it soon. I'll probably try to get it sometime soon. Yeah. Maybe if you have any free time, we can get it played or give it a shot.
Yep, it all depends on work. I don't know where my work's going, but yeah, it all depends on that point.
Alrighty. Thank you for talking with me today, dude. I miss you. I miss your face.
Oh, I miss you even more.
We'll try to do this some more, and yeah. Hell yeah. Signing off. Hardcore Casual Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.